There is a new way of performing Microsoft networking on your infrastructure for your organization. The setup of it is called Microsoft Windows Virtual Desktop, or WVD for short. It actually is a massive upgrade from their old remote desktop solution, or RDP, to a lot of you out there. Well, basically, there's so many benefits for a business, particularly in a working from home environment. We've been blown away with the implementations that we've done for some of our customers. They've absolutely seen major benefits already. So we're going to deep dive into the functions of this WVD solution and how it's going to benefit you. Okay, so the first thing to consider is how quickly can you actually set up this infrastructure? Well, as an example, if you take a 50-user company that has perhaps 4 or 5 servers, some of them are application servers, some of them are domain controllers that allow logins for all of your users, well, all of this can be actually set up within a matter of 4 or 5 days from scratch. Then if you actually multiply that up, per 100 users, you're probably only adding 1 or 2 more days, because once the hard work's done on all of the servers, literally you're just adding all the user packages to the environment. Once you've got the Windows 10 environment set up, then you can actually load Microsoft 365 onto the actual WVD server. It's different to the way we used to do it with remote desktop, where we log into a server and we'd see an actual server version of the Windows operating system. It looks very different. So it's going to be really familiar to your users, like they're using their own PC in the office. When the user accesses WVD, they actually see a menu, and all of those menus have all of the applications and the icons in them. You can literally click on one of those icons. Now, the benefit is it opens it up as if it's on your local desktop. And that's because in WVD, you can virtualize every application. So instead of booting up the whole package and drawing it down from the server, it's going to virtualize that. So it's only using that single bit of memory for that particular application and not drowning the resources of the computer. Well, let's look at some of the cost benefits of WVD. As a business owner, you're going to love this. Think about this, right? That infrastructure is actually loaded into Microsoft Azure. That's Microsoft's hosted data platform. And what you're doing is you're accessing it there. Now, the old infrastructure used to have to access, for instance, that 50-user site would have all of the servers running for all of those users. Well, what happens with WVD is you set it up, and only the users that log onto it are consuming what they're using. So it might be 10 out of those users are on at any one time, and you'll only be in charge for the consumption of those 10 users. And the great thing is it auto scales. That's going to be a massive cost saving for you as a business owner in an organization. Let's talk about the security benefit now. This is an absolute killer punch from Microsoft. The great thing is it's not dependent upon the local machine. That local machine might actually have a virus on it. So think about your users that you send home to work. They could be working on one of their machines and connecting to the office-based systems through WVD. And you can control that data access so that nothing is downloaded onto the local drive. So they can be working in a clean Microsoft WVD environment, but their home machine actually might have a virus on it, but it's irrelevant. It can't be spread back up to the infrastructure, and you can't download anything locally. Absolutely perfect security. And do you remember the way you used to connect to your company systems when you were working remotely? Actually, you'd probably connect over a VPN, and that would give you access to all of those company file shares and systems. Well, actually, you don't need that anymore. WVD does away with that. And we've actually configured it for some clients that routes all of the user traffic by the firewall in the office. Now, the benefit for you is that you can analyze the data throughput, but you can also apply company policies to the connectivity. So that means it will stop malware, it will stop them connecting to sites that probably aren't sites that you want them to go to in the business. So basically you can apply your company policy to connectivity to a WVD infrastructure and just do away with that old VPN. Just a small thing to note, if your users want to connect to a WVD infrastructure when they're working from home, or indeed anywhere remotely really, they will need Windows 10 installed on that local machine. Or if it's an Apple Mac, they will need OS X installed on it. You might be thinking actually, oh, it's going to cost me the earth to do this. It's not. You can actually trial it for a few users, so you can set the infrastructure up, test it, pilot it. If you like it, then you can start to add all the rest of the users to it. And that's not going to cost an arm and a leg for you to do. So let's quickly summarize the benefits of a WVD infrastructure. Well, it's great for working from home, so it's right here and now. It's easy to set up. It's going to give you some cost savings over an old RDP infrastructure. It's going to make sure your data is a lot more secure. And finally, it gives you a whole new standardized desktop operating system. So if you are thinking about shutting down your offices or allowing everybody to work from home, it is the perfect solution for you right now. If you'd like to give us a call, you can give us a call on 0800 148 8001 or email us at tellmemore@techquarters.com and we'll get straight back to you. Thanks for listening. Cheers.